Picture this: the night air is calm, with only the whisper of wind rustling through the trees. A warm glow from the living room spills onto the lawn, framing the scene of a picture-perfect family evening. Inside, laughter echoes as a couple shares a quiet moment over a bowl of ice cream, savoring the sweet simplicity of life. Yet, beneath this serene facade, an unsettling truth lurks. Within hours, the joyful home is plunged into darkness. The wife collapses without warning, and a once happy night spirals into a chilling tragedy. This is not just a tale of a life cut short. It's a web of mystery and questions left unanswered. How does an evening of peace transform into a nightmare? Was it simply fate, or was there something more sinister at play? The ice cream, innocent yet central, becomes a silent witness to a gruesome act. The shadow of suspicion quickly turns to the husband. Could he be hiding secrets that even those closest to him were unaware of? As we dive into this gripping true crime documentary, we unravel the layers of mystery behind a shocking poisoning that challenges notions of love and trust. Brace yourself for a journey into the heart of a story where the truth is stranger than fiction, and every clue could unlock the secrets to what really happened that fateful night. The crime scene, an ordinary family home, played host to an extraordinary event. That night, the house stood as any other, with comforting, familiar corners and walls echoing warmth and safety. However, the reality beneath its roof was anything but. The living room, once filled with laughter, now bore witness to a haunting silence. The bowl of ice cream, once a symbol of delight, sat untouched on the coffee table, now central to a sinister narrative. As window panes reflected the interior's cozy glow, they also captured a glimpse of unrevealed truths. Every seemingly trivial detail in that room, a misplaced photo frame, the slight ruffle in the curtains, even the half-empty glass on the side table, now spoke volumes to those trained to listen. Moments before the tragedy unfolded, the atmosphere was light and uncomplicated, but in a heartbeat, it turned cold and foreboding. The wife, vibrant just minutes ago, succumbed to an unexpected illness without a trace of its cause in sight. Her sudden collapse transformed an evening of joy into a scene fraught with unspoken fears. To an observer, this transformation might seem surreal, as if time itself paused to make sense of the inexplicable. The ice cream, untouched beyond that fateful bite, remained as if holding on to the whispers of misdeeds. The chilling quietness of the room belied the chaos that would soon unravel as investigators arrived to piece together an unfolding puzzle, marking the beginning of a journey through a labyrinth of deceit and trust. Her name was Grace Thompson, a name that carried warmth and kindness wherever it was mentioned. Known for her infectious smile and gentle demeanor, Grace was the kind of person who left a lasting impression on everyone she met. Her life was a tapestry of cherished connections, woven from the threads of family, friends, and community. Grace was devoted to her role as a loving wife and a doting mother, always putting her family first. She cherished simple pleasures, like morning walks at dawn, where she immersed herself in nature's tranquility, finding peace in the rustle of leaves and the chirp of birds. Her days were filled with routines that brought comfort and joy, from a meticulously prepared breakfast to evenings spent in lively conversations over dinner. Grace had an enviable ability to balance her career with her personal life, managing her responsibilities with grace and ease. Her relationship with her husband, John, seemed like a storybook romance. They met in college, bonding over shared dreams and aspirations, eventually building a life filled with mutual respect and love. But as with any story, beneath the surface lay unseen layers. Grace had her vulnerabilities too. She was someone who trusted easily, believing in the good in people, a trait that sometimes left her susceptible to unintended hurts. Her compassion was both her strength and her Achilles heel, leaving open possibilities that others might exploit. Despite living in a world of her own making, surrounded by love, Grace's life was not without its shadows. Close friends recall subtle hints of stress and unease creeping into her otherwise serene existence, like whispers of a brewing storm. Through photographs, we see Grace's life unfold, her laughter at family gatherings, her quiet reflection in a favorite garden spot, and the joy she found in baking with her young daughter. Each image tells a story of a life well lived, yet abruptly halted. Grace Thompson was more than just a victim. She was a vibrant soul whose story deserves to be told with the dignity and depth it embodies. As we remember Grace, we honor the person she was and the impact she had on those around her. Her narrative becomes a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the complexities beneath its surface, urging us to seek the truth hidden within her untimely demise. John Thompson, a name that began to carry the heavy weight of suspicion, a man who until now was known for his charming charisma and steadfast dedication in his professional life. John was a respected architect, renowned for bringing dreams to life with his creative vision and meticulous attention to detail. However, beneath this polished exterior lay the complexities of a man now thrust into a realm of doubts and questions. His relationship with Grace was viewed by many as a partnership built on mutual admiration and shared ambitions. They were the couple with that idyllic story, meeting in college and growing through life's milestones together. Yet as the investigation unfolded, whispers of discord emerged, hinting at possible strains beneath their picture-perfect facade. Friends close to the Thompsons revealed moments of tension, unspoken grievances, the kind that simmer just beneath the surface, often overshadowed by smiles in public. In candid interviews, longtime friends noted that John was intensely private, sometimes to the point of being elusive. Some described him as ambitious to a fault, a man with an unyielding commitment to career success that sometimes eclipsed personal life. There were times when he appeared distant, not just from his career-driven world, but from the warmth of family ties that Grace had so lovingly nurtured. His close associates expressed shock at the mere suggestion of his involvement, unable to reconcile the image of the John they knew with the dark cloud looming over him. Nonetheless, they conceded there were pressures, both financial insecurities and personal disagreements, that occasionally surfaced. Despite the loving facade, their marriage, like any, had its share of storms. Others recalled instances where John seemed preoccupied, moments where the spark that once defined their bond seemed dimmed by unspoken burdens. These snippets of their life together painted a nuanced picture, one where love intertwined with latent tensions, each veiling the other. It is within these layers that investigators began to search for answers, unraveling the threads of a life shared, torn apart. As we delve deeper, John's story becomes not just that of a suspect, but of a man caught in a web where truth and perception become indistinct, urging us to question not only the nature of his love, but also the depths to which truth can be buried beneath the facade of appearances. The investigation begins with a meticulous examination of the crime scene. As investigators step into the quiet home, that now harbors unsettling mysteries. The first task for the detectives is to secure the area, ensuring every corner, every detail is preserved for scrutiny. Central to the investigation is the bowl of ice cream, a seemingly innocent treat now transformed into a crucial piece of evidence. It is carefully collected, along with the utensils and any remnants of the meal, each item methodically catalogued and prepared for further analysis. Forensic experts arrive on the scene, their expertise crucial in unraveling the puzzle. They dust for fingerprints, seek out traces of unusual substances, and meticulously document the surroundings. They also gather other potential evidence, such as the half-empty glass or any medications found in the house, that could shed light on the inexplicable tragedy. The role of detectives is to weave these pieces together into a coherent timeline, a task that demands both patience and intuition. They interview family members, neighbors, and friends, piecing together the events that led up to that fateful night, looking for inconsistencies or hidden motives. Each account is analyzed for its veracity, hoping to uncover any clues buried beneath layers of grief and shock. As days progress, the focus shifts to the lab, where tests on the ice cream and other collected samples reveal traces of a poisonous substance. This revelation prompts further scrutiny of recent purchases, financial records, and any digital communications that might hold hidden clues. The investigators work tirelessly, faces reflecting a mix of determination and the gravity of their task. Through diagrams and detailed notes, they plot each step, cross-referencing findings to ensure no stone remains unturned. The investigation is now a race against time, as threads of evidence slowly but surely weave a tapestry that might finally reveal the truth behind Grace's untimely demise. In this pursuit of justice, they tread carefully, knowing that every revelation holds the potential to alter lives irrevocably. In the intricate web of this investigation, the emergence of other suspects adds layers of complexity to the unfolding drama. As detectives delve deeper, new figures enter the scene, each with their own shadows of intrigue. Consider the neighbor, Marjorie, whose presence is both familiar and enigmatic. Known for her keen interest in the lives of those around her, Marjorie's seemingly innocent curiosity often masked a more profound envy of Grace's family life. Her frequent visits, veiled as friendly gestures, now come under scrutiny. Could her jealousy over Grace's seemingly perfect life have pushed her to an unthinkable act, turning friendship into a motive? As investigators explore her interactions, they uncover hints of past grievances and unexplained tensions that could hold the key to her connection with the crime. Then there is David, a once trusted colleague of John's, whose career took a downturn due to decisions that favored others. His bitterness was no secret, and his resentment towards John simmered beneath the surface, fueled by professional disappointments. David's recent interactions with Grace at a company event are now being re-evaluated for their significance. Interviews with co-workers and colleagues paint a picture of a man grappling with inner conflict, someone who might harbor lingering resentment strong enough to seek retribution. Each conversation, every shared glance or overheard word, gains new meaning as detectives piece together the tapestry of potential motives. These individuals, framed against the backdrop of a tragedy, introduce elements that complicate the narrative, offering tantalizing possibilities of misdirection. The investigation is thus challenged by these red herrings, crafting a suspense that urges both investigator and audience to question every detail, to discern the truth amidst a clamor of hidden intentions. The exploration of these characters and their possible motives adds depth to this already intricate case, leaving us to wonder which path leads to the truth and which merely misleads in this tangled mystery. Analyzing the evidence, particularly the ice cream, becomes a pivotal moment in the investigation. Forensic scientists begin by meticulously examining the dessert that played such a central role in the tragic event. In the lab, the ice cream undergoes a series of rigorous tests, each step crucial in uncovering the underlying truth. Toxicology reports reveal the presence of a potent toxin. Its potency is alarming and would easily result in the sudden onset of symptoms experienced by Grace. As scientists continue their analysis, they compare the findings with a database of known substances, seeking clues as to how this toxin found its way into an otherwise ordinary treat. Expert witnesses, individuals with years of specialized knowledge in toxicology and forensic chemistry, step forward to provide insights. They explain the intricacies of the substance found, shedding light on its rarity and the difficulty of obtaining it without specific intent. These experts piece together how the poison could have been introduced to the ice cream, offering theories that range from accidental contamination to deliberate tampering. Their detailed explanations guide investigators in identifying potential suspects who might have had both the means and opportunity to access such a toxin. Visualize the scene in the lab, a stark, sterile environment where beakers and microscopes dominate the space, each playing a role in the methodical examination of evidence. The sound of machines whirring, the constant soft hum offering a backdrop to the careful deliberation taking place. Interviews with these specialists reveal not only the scientific processes involved, but also the challenges they face in distinguishing between action and accident. As the depth of their analysis unfolds, it becomes evident that this investigation hinges on more than just facts and figures. It delves into the motivations and intentions that hide within substances invisible to the naked eye. Through this lens, the narrative takes on a new dimension, where the combination of forensic expertise and human insight begins to unravel the tangled web surrounding Grace's untimely demise. This segment of the investigation highlights the crucial interplay between science and intuition, each step bringing us closer to the heart of this troubling mystery. In the midst of what seemed like a labyrinthine investigation, it was the power of seemingly minor details that slowly began to shed light on the enigma of Grace's untimely demise. One such detail emerged from a close examination of surveillance footage. A camera, positioned inconspicuously at a nearby intersection, captured a fleeting moment that might have gone unnoticed. It revealed a figure entering a local store shortly before the ice cream was purchased, a figure whose identity spurred intense scrutiny and debate. Investigators meticulously pieced together this lead, using timelines and maps to track movements and interactions that unraveled crucial connections between potential suspects, including John, David, and even Marjorie. Additionally, a breakthrough arrived with the discovery of unusual phone records. A series of late-night conversations raised eyebrows, hinting at covert exchanges that prompted further inquiry. It was during these conversations that an unexpected alliance began to surface, leading detectives closer to understanding the intricate web of relationships and motives entwined in Grace's life. The challenges facing investigators were immense, demanding not only keen analytical skills, but also an unwavering commitment to justice. As they navigated through conflicting testimonies and deceptive appearances, the team relied heavily on collaboration, pooling expertise from various fields to connect the dots. And just when the puzzle seemed unsolvable, the revelation of a small, overlooked receipt, a seemingly trivial piece of paper, held the key to unlocking the complex narrative. It confirmed the purchase of an unusual ingredient, pointing investigators toward a suspect whose intricate plan had been carefully woven into the fabric of everyday life. Through the lens of animated timelines and maps, the trajectory of the investigation became vividly clear, illustrating a journey marked by perseverance and intuition. This newfound clarity not only provided a path forward, but also highlighted the extraordinary nature of an investigation propelled by the careful consideration of each clue, leading us ever closer to the heart of this dark and tangled mystery. The twist, just when it seemed the investigation had reached a standstill, an unforeseen twist emerged that sent shockwaves through the entire case. In a development that no one had anticipated, a key piece of evidence surfaced: a letter, tucked away in the lining of Grace's favorite coat. This letter, written in her own hand, was addressed to her best friend, revealing a secret that altered everything investigators had understood up to this point. Grace had detailed her suspicions about someone close, hinting at secrets she feared could be dangerous. The contents of this letter shifted the investigation's focus away from the obvious, away from John and those initially entangled in the mystery. Suddenly, the lens widened to include a new figure, a distant relative, who had recently re-entered Grace's life. This revelation was accompanied by an unexpected confession from this relative, who admitted to having a complex relationship with Grace. They expressed remorse for their actions, though denying any intent to harm. The confession unearthed layers of familial tension and unresolved disputes, painting a picture of motives that had remained hidden until now. As detectives scrambled to reassess the dynamics at play, this revelation brought both clarity and confusion. The discovery challenged prior assumptions, casting doubt on initial interpretations and urging everyone involved to view the case through a new lens. For those closest to Grace, the impact was profound. John, now seeing his own role in a different light, was rocked by emotions that ranged from relief to despair. His perception of past events was challenged, and the realignment of the investigation's trajectory prompted deeper introspection. The families and friends involved all grappled with this newfound truth, each dealing with the implications it carried for their lives and relationships. As we edge closer to uncovering the full story, this pivotal twist heightens anticipation, setting the stage for a resolution that promises to unravel the tangled web of secrets once and for all. In the heart of this unfolding mystery, the confrontation takes place in the dimly lit confines of the police interrogation room. The air is thick with tension as John faces his newfound adversary across the table, a suspect whose mere presence challenges everything he thought he knew. The room, stark and almost clinical, serves as the stage for this intense exchange. Detective Harris, a figure of authority, sits calmly but watchfully, orchestrating the dialogue with precision. The spotlight is on the suspect, a distant relative whose unexpected confession has pierced the investigation with a dramatic twist. The suspect's demeanor is a complex mix of defiance and vulnerability, eyes shifting nervously as the weight of their actions unfolds. John's gaze is unwavering, a mixture of disbelief and determination. He questions, his voice steady, yet tinged with the urgency of seeking answers. Why did you do it? What were you hoping to achieve? His words cut through the silence, demanding the truth that has remained elusive. The suspect, now feeling the intensity of the moment, hesitates before responding. I never meant for any of this, they say, voice trembling. I was just lost in my own pain. The admission hangs in the air, enveloping the room in a quiet tension, as every word carries the potential to shift perspectives. Detective Harris steps in, guiding the conversation with a careful balance of empathy and authority. Your past grievances don't justify what happened. We need to understand the entire story. As the dialogue unfolds, John grapples with conflicting emotions. It's a moment of revelation, where anger intertwines with a deep sense of betrayal. Yet, amidst the confrontation, there is a glimmer of understanding, as the layers of intention and regret become exposed. This pivotal moment has transformed the narrative, shedding light on the depths of human complexity that led to such a tragic outcome. As the confrontation reaches its crescendo, the suspect's facade begins to crumble, revealing a vulnerability that was once masked by bravado. It's in this unraveling that the seeds of resolution are sown, offering a glimpse into the motivations that lay at the heart of Grace's untimely demise. Through this intense encounter, we inch closer to unveiling the truth, setting the stage for a conclusion that promises to untangle the web of secrets once and for all. The resolution to this complex tale has finally arrived. The true culprit behind the poisoning is unmasked, and the pieces of this intricate puzzle fall into place. It is revealed that the distant relative, burdened by past grievances and misguided emotions, had orchestrated the heinous act. The thread that led investigators to this conclusion started with the letter, Grace's instinctive suspicions penned carefully in her own hand. It paved the way for detectives to delve deeper into the layers of interaction and intent, unraveling a timeline of events that pinpointed the relative's subtle manipulation and access to the substance used. The courtroom becomes the setting where truths are laid bare. The relative, now sitting in the defendant's chair, is confronted with a series of testimonies and evidence that draws a clear path from motive to action. Witnesses speak of strained family ties, of quiet jealousies that festered over time. Expert testimonies correlate the scientific findings with tangible actions, linking the poison to the relative's own acquisitions. The moment of revelation is stark, as the jury delivers a verdict that echoes with the weight of justice served. The emotional aftermath is profound for John, who sits in quiet reflection, feeling the embrace of both relief and remorse. His perception of the past is irrevocably altered, knowing that the love he shared with Grace was overshadowed by someone else's unresolved turmoil. For the relative, the journey from defiance to acceptance begins as the legal consequences unfold, a sentence that serves as both a punishment and a catalyst for introspection. Friends and family, once caught in a web of suspicion, now find solace in knowing the truth, though their wounds remain tender. Through interviews, they share their journey of grief and healing, capturing the essence of lives touched by tragedy, but driven towards understanding. This resolution provides closure not only to Grace's story, but to the broader narrative of love, betrayal, and redemption. It reminds us of the complexities inherent in our closest relationships, urging a reflection on the intricate dance between trust and suspicion. As the final chapter in this haunting narrative concludes, it leaves behind lessons in forgiveness and the importance of seeking truth, even amidst the darkest shadows. In summary, this chilling tale of Grace Thompson's untimely demise is a stark reminder of the complex layers that often lie hidden beneath the surface of seemingly serene lives. We embarked on a journey through a web of deception, exploring the fragile interplay of trust and betrayal that defined her story. From the initial aura of suspicion surrounding John, Grace's husband, to the intricate family dynamics that unveiled the true perpetrator, each step of the investigation highlighted the persistence required to uncover the truth. The themes of deception, trust, and justice are woven intricately throughout this narrative, challenging our perceptions at every turn. Grace's instincts and the subsequent revelations remind us of the importance of vigilance and the pursuit of truth, no matter how deeply buried it might be. Our exploration of this dark mystery also sheds light on the human capacity for forgiveness and redemption amidst the shadows of wrongdoing. As we close this chapter, we are left pondering the nature of truth and justice. How can we truly know those closest to us, and how do we navigate the delicate balance of trust in our relationships? These questions linger, inviting us to reflect on our own lives. We encourage you, our audience, to share your thoughts on this gripping case. What emotions did this story evoke in you, and what lessons do you take away from it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest mysteries that remind us of the unpredictable, complex tapestry of life.